One more time. Period. Purr. If y'all don't know, that's a TikTok. Hi y'all, so my name is Angelina. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be your MC for the day. Right here, please give it up for Black Minds Matter for bringing these snacks, giving all these snacks and supplies. Also give it up for, of course, the climate strike folks. And all the other organizers out here and volunteers in the pink tape. Anyways, so thank you all for coming. Make sure, I see that y'all have signed all these incredible posters that y'all have made. Right here we have the link tree for all the different ways in which you can support when this protest is over. We're gonna, I guess, hop right into a land acknowledgement if we're ready. So let's go. I would like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional land of the first people of Seattle, the Duwamish people, past and present. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the Duwamish tribe, but it's not enough to say these words. Every day that we occupy this land, we must think deeply about how we can truly honor this land and its people. Consider paying monthly rent to the real rent, Duwamish, and showing up to Indigenous-led actions and continuing to amplify the voice of Indigenous organizers and activists throughout Seattle. Thank you all for listening. So we're here because we refuse to stay silent as the horrors in our country are exposed. Right now, we're at a very critical moment in time where there's two pandemics in our country right now. One prevented by wearing these amazing thing called masks, and the other, of course, is gonna take a lot more work. We're here because we know that this is an issue that's not surface level. It won't be solved with diversity task forces at schools or workplaces. It won't be solved by minor reforms to police departments. Racism is so ingrained in American society that when we protest it, people think we're protesting America itself. And in some ways, we are. We are here not just because of the murderous racist pigs, but because the systems at play that allow them to get away with it prevail. These systems are what this country was built on, of genocide, of enslavement, of capitalism, and of patriarchy. We are here because all of these issues affect us and they're all connected. To take one down, we must dismantle all of them. From racial justice to economic justice to climate justice, that is why we're here. We're here to strike for collective justice. But we didn't come here to just talk. That's what we've been doing for centuries now, and things haven't changed. So here are our demands. We demand that we invest into the communities. We demand that we free all protesters and drop charges and expunge arrests from records. We demand that they convert the East Precinct into a youth center. We demand that we make BIPOC history and education mandatory and comprehensive. We demand that you pay rent to the Duwamish tribe for occupying their land. And we demand the stop of sweeps of our houseless encampments. We call upon those with power and privilege to use their voices and bodies to influence these changes. So to keep the energy going, I'd like to introduce a good friend of mine, Reynaldo, who goes by Reezy Ree, and he's a local artist and activist, so give it up for my friend Ray. What's up, Ray?
What's good, y'all? I'm Reezy Ray, your local Boricua Jamaican. Real quick, Seattle in the house. Where the 206 at? All right, we're gonna get shit started nice and mellow. You know what I'm saying? This shit's called No Cards. It's a freestyle I did not too long ago. You know. Hey, look. Yeah, I say, last shot so I can't miss. Through a fucking brick, had to watch it bounce back. I ain't make shit. True colors what I came with, had to loosen up. Got a cup, just enough for me to paint this. Still gripping on the same ish. Still tripping, for lack of better words, I'm the same bitch. Still kicking, but my clock barely ticking. At least you see me living, because lately ain't the same shit. Could've sworn she don't like me. She just like the thought of someone that I might be. And I really ought to think about the right thing, but it's bad timing, cause damn, she a fine thing. Don't gotta say a word, just her beauty is admiring. She bring me back to earth every time I catch her smiling. Damn, I just know this ain't the end. Do whatever that I can just to try to make amends. Wish that I could run it back, do it over all again. Treat you like a queen, the one you always been. Hey, look, I lay at him real quick, I said, where my queens at, where my kings at, where my real day one OGs at, where the thugs at, or where the love at, look. I ain't wanna confess, little fun thing in that pretty red dress. I was trying to speak less, cause my words ain't the best. But you know we can't talk if I can't show it. Got me playing story gun, no cards in my hand. Then why I got him poker face anywhere I stand. Had a roll flush, but I didn't put it in. Too scared, I would lose my chips all again. Hey, no cards in my hand. No game, shawty, I don't got a problem where I stand. Got it back, about a grand, arrogant as hell, thought I was the man. Ain't it about a bitch, I could barely understand back then. At least I think I do now, we were screaming too loud. But that don't even make sense, it's just some on the freestyle. Yeah, what's up? How the vibes feeling? Y'all good? Seattle good? Alright, gonna get the next joint going on real quick. This one's called La Culebra. As you know, I'm Boricua, Afro-Indigeno, so you know, bilingual in the shit. Yeah. Mira. Ten cuidado, caminando por ahí hay un culebra. Watch your back, cause them snakes to the fast. You don't see them through the grass, cause they lying out their ass, that's a fact. Like how much do you make? Tell me why the fuck you ask. Always acting two-faced, like what's underneath your mask? They the same, these niggas ain't changed, they just switching up the game. Try to chickle for your trust while they shitting on your name. Time to throw you in some cuffs just cause they ass in the flame. Hell nah, that ain't going. Niggas acting shady and it's showing. Thinking that they slick ain't shit when you know it. Really trying to cap it, ain't a damn line floating. They must really think I'm super, make me really have to show 'em, yeah. But I won't let them know what I sing. Lies to them is like dope to a fiend. You should've tied your ends, you leaving row by the scene. You tell me one thing and think that I don't know what that mean. Nah, talking out my name, that ain't going. Hell nah, hell nah, hell nah, bitch. Where the fuck my change, you ain't showing. I'ma need that shit pronto. Look, talking out my name, that ain't going. Hell nah, hell nah, hell nah, bitch. Where the fuck my change, you ain't showing. I'ma need that shit pronto. Look, I know you ain't changed not a bit, so you deserve every last thing you about to get. You was fucking with respect, we don't play with that shit. You done dug yourself a hole, now you trying to plead a fifth. I ain't gon' forget, sure as hell I won't forgive. So you can go and shove it up your ass with a stick. Said I don't give a fuck, nah I don't give a shit. You already been cut off from the biz, It's okay though, you was just a payroll. Thought that you could play with me and get a free peso. You was dead wrong, should've kept your head strong. Really trying to fuck with me, now tell me what you're smoking on. Better not be Cali OG. I had a whole P trying to jig a O for my 4D. Put you on the game, then you try to do your own thing. Thought that you could lie your ass off by what you owe me. Fucking with my game, that ain't going. Hell nah, hell nah, hell nah, bitch. Where the fuck my change, you ain't showing. I'ma need that shit pronto. Look, talking out my name, that ain't going. Hell nah, hell nah, hell nah, bitch. Should've tucked your chain, you left it showing. Can't blame it on me. Ay, ten cuidado, caminando por ahí hay un culebra. que sea el hermano de ti. Yeah. Alright. My bad, it started a little late, it's cool. Real quick though, before I go on with my last song, I kind of want to remind y'all what we're doing here. So as you know, we here, we marching, we fighting for justice, we fighting for the inequality that we see on a daily basis. And whether you experience that or not, you ought to know what's up by now. So all you self-proclaimed new allies, this is your chance to show yourself. Because in due time, we gonna tell. We gonna tell who's real and fake. It's gonna take perseverance to get what we get to get done. So we gonna know. Real shit. That being said though, we're able to move past certain boundaries. We got white allies, we got Asian allies. Of course, we got our brothers and sisters in the indigenous community. From Afro-Latino to everybody in the African diaspora. So when we fight together, we're fighting as one. Whether we're fighting for the reparations for the descendants of slaves, whether we're fighting to free our immigrant children from the ICE concentration camps, we're fighting together. You see what I'm saying? We're stronger united than we are divided. So that being said, whether they want to recognize how they treat us or not, we gonna know. My next song's called No Reconocen, They Don't Recognize. Yeah. Dale. Veo las ovejas, todo por ahí, sí, pero no lo sepan, que ellos van para morir. No reconocen cómo nos traten, pero yo lo sé, que ellos sepan, seguro que lo saben, nunca reconocen cómo nos maten, pero yo lo ve, y si lo sé, seguro que lo saben. Y preguntas por qué ando con piratas, ando con un bana pa' mirarme la espalda. Porque si no, esos cabrones tienen armas. Si ven a un moreno casi siempre se disparan. Cuéntame qué podemos hacer, te lo digo, pero fíjate que tienes que mantener el oído. Primero tenemos que saber el enemigo y tener los candidatos que nosotros elegimos. Luego vamos a juntar y así juntos formar nuestro militar, hecho para defender, listo para pelear. No podemos esperar esta lucha para nuestra libertad, sí. Vamos a usar el derecho de armas. Si viene para tu vida, tú lo llenes con metal. Es simple, no queremos violencia, solo paz. Por eso estoy luchando hasta que se llegará. No reconocen cómo nos traten, pero yo lo sé, que ellos sepan, seguro que lo saben. Nunca reconocen cómo nos maten, pero yo lo ve, y si lo sé, seguro que lo saben. Somos la minoría, odiado por el Estado. No voy a sufrir por tus manos como un esclavo. Siempre aprendemos de nuestros antepasados, como los pantenegros que ya fueron infiltrados. Ain't that a bitch? They got their COINTELPRO. If we ain't learning from our ass, how we finna grow? Gotta keep it airtight, ain't shit we finna show. That way they won't know when we knock on their front door. Por ahí lo vi, garabato en su mano. Dime mi trabajo, tú me mandes, yo le hago. No le doy el chance pa' matarme ahí colgado. Por eso te lo pido que lo mando pa' carajo. Ain't that choice that we all gotta make, whether you stand to the occasion or just leave it a fake. Either way, it says it in the Constitution. With prolonged tyranny, demands revolution. No reconocen cómo nos maten, pero yo lo sé, que ellos sepan, seguro que lo saben.
Give it up one more time for Reezy. All right, thank you so much. So right now, I want to make sure that y'all, we have a great crowd out here, but we need to bring more people. So post it on your social media, on your Facebook, your Snapchat, your Twitter. Tell people to get to City Hall because we need more bodies to fight for justice, okay? Now I'd like to do our more formal land acknowledgement. I'd like to introduce Lewis Adams, who was the program leader of the First Nations at Bellevue College. They aim to drive awareness towards Black Lives Matter from a Native perspective and respect of the land and its people. So please give it up for Lewis.
Whose lives matter? Black Lives Matter! One more time. Whose lives matter? Black Lives Matter! All right, last one, for real. Whose lives matter? Black Lives Matter! All right, that's a good one. We got a good crowd out here today. I really appreciate you guys doing the chant with me. Hello, like she said earlier, my name is Lewis Adams. I'm the First Nations at Bellevue College program leader. It is my last quarter as the program leader. I'm going to the University of Washington come fall quarter, so. I will be remiss being the program leader. We are in good hands as far as the future for the future members of First Nations, but Eastside for Black Lives invited me to speak to you guys today because they want to collaborate First Nations with Black Lives Matter. So we're having this collaboration of sorts. So I'm speaking to you guys, and we're going to be talking more about a land acknowledgement. Who here has actually been a part of a land acknowledgement? Just a raise of hands, I want to see. Don't lie. Okay, good, great. So I saw probably, 8 hands out of the very many people here today. Most people have not been a part of land acknowledgement. The reason why is because First Nations, Native Americans in general, we're only 1% of the population. It's a little bit sad, but it's true. So you guys are getting a first time experience for the ones that didn't raise your hands today. And it's really great because land acknowledgements, it's something to put into perspective as far as for you guys who haven't been a part of a land acknowledgement, that there was an original people here today. So, we go through our lives every day and go from point A to point B, but we forget about where this land originally came from. Let me tell you something about Native Americans in general. We're storytellers. You guys ever watch movies and you just see like the real chief guy and he's in a teepee and he's talking this big long story or something like that? Well, it's true. It really is. It's honestly true about Native Americans. They love to storytell. So for you guys, what I'm gonna have to tell you for a quick second is I was over in Green Lake. I don't know if you guys ever heard about it. Green Lake is a pretty popular park amongst people. It's in North Seattle. I play basketball there probably most weekdays. So if you ever see a loud guy, it's me. And as far as after I was done with my basketball game, I went to walk over to a local mart. So pretty much what happened at this mart was kind of like this reflection I had after I spoke to somebody. Basically what it was an encounter between me and like this country folk guy who was out of town. He was from the South, right? And I talked to him and he says, long story short, take out all the details. What him and I had was just more of an encounter, and he was pretty much talking about the land that we were on, right? And I told him, hey, I'm First Nations, I'm Native, this is my land, right? And he, he's a country guy, he kind of has his own kind of lingo, but he's just like, so you mean to tell me this is your land? I was like, yeah, it's my land. I mean, he's like, and he looked at me and he looked real sharp. He said, this ain't your land. Make me! You all good? No worries, don't worry about it. So, long story short, what I can tell you guys about this whole story is that I just looked at him again and I said, yeah, it's my land, dude. But I said it like really cutthroat to him, and he had what he had to say to me was just, he kind of looked and he said, yeah. So, long story short, what you guys can get out of this, what I'm trying to tell you guys today is that even if a country full guy can understand what I'm saying about this whole First Nations and this land acknowledgement, it's that anybody from all nations, of all cultures, can be able to speak and actually collaborate like we're doing here today for Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter and First Nations, we collaborate with each other, and that's the whole goal and mission behind this whole thing and why I'm speaking to you guys about this protest today. I'm a person that really believes behind this Black Lives Matter movement, and it's something that I really am always going to speak upon about this protest. So for future speaking, anything like that, I just want you guys to all just think about all the land that you go, when you wake up, when you go to work, when you go do something about your life, just know where it originates from. So for all of you guys, I'm just a proponent for all Black Lives Matter, and I just represent First Nations, and that's all I really like to do is just, collaborate between each other. So I appreciate you guys' time today. It really was a lot, and I really appreciate you guys coming to hear this. It really was a good time. You can follow us on First Nations at Bellevue College, and anybody that thinks I'm artificial, go to a Trump rally, because this is not where you belong. That's probably the whole thing. I'm kidding. It's a joke. But all that being said, yeah, we're on First Nations at Bellevue College, and we're going to be doing a lot more events come fall quarter. So I'm going to be at UW. I'm still going to be working with First Nations. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Let's have a good rally.